Spirit says, clarity can never come from words. Clarity comes from willingness to receive and accept understanding. Please give me your willingness now. First of all, I think that opening tiny paragraph is really worth looking at, because a lot of our spiritual teaching is delivered in words, whether it's delivered via audio, as we are experiencing now, or in a book like NTI or A Course in Miracles. A lot of what we study, a lot of what we use as we're awakening comes to us in words. But Holy Spirit is telling us that clarity can never come from words. Did you hear that? Clarity can never come from words. So what that really means is A Course in Miracles, NTI, these teachings, it's all just an aid. It's all just an aid or a tool. But it is not the true source of our clarity. And in fact, we can see that sometimes on discussion groups like the Peace of God, where we see people looking at the same set of words in A Course in Miracles and having, very strong discussions about what those words mean. If a sentence can mean one thing to me and one thing to you and something else to someone else, there is not clarity there. So the clarity cannot come from words. I think we should just accept that as a fact. Even though we're going to continue to use words, we're going to continue to read and study words, I think it is worthwhile to accept as a fact that clarity can never come from words. And then, of course, the next question is, where does clarity come from then? And the second sentence answers that. Clarity comes from willingness to receive and accept understanding. Clarity comes from willingness to receive and accept understanding. Now, I used to be a professional trainer, a teacher of adults rather than a teacher of kids, a teacher of adults in a business environment. And I'm a trained teacher. I actually went through some of the best training that a professional trainer can receive, maybe the best. Really, I was very lucky. So I'm a trained teacher. And there are some very simple things that we learned, however, that were most important. Regardless of the hundreds of hours I spent learning to be a teacher, I think the very simple things were the most important things that we learned. And one of those very, very simple things is you can never teach someone who thinks they know. So one of the first things a good teacher might do is help people realize they don't know. Because if a good teacher can help you realize you don't know, what happens is you open up. And you then provide, out of an awareness that you don't know, you then provide your willingness to receive and accept understanding. Without that willingness to receive and accept understanding, you cannot learn, or in this case, you cannot receive clarity. So Holy Spirit is acting like a good teacher here. Holy Spirit is telling us the clarity can never come from words. And for most of us, if we operate on the intellectual level, that first sentence is a shock to the intellect. And then Holy Spirit says clarity comes from willingness to receive and accept understanding. And if we have a desire to awaken at this point, when we hear this, we then humbly are willing to bow down within ourselves and say, I do not know. Please teach me. Please give me clarity. And in fact, Holy Spirit says, please give me your willingness now. And then Holy Spirit says, a picture or a diagram is useful only as a symbol to assist